So hi again, and thank you for tuning in to RS Thinks. In my previous video, a lot of you were asking in the comment section about what's the differences between the new Leaf and the old Leaf. So I'm fortunate enough to have a friend who's got an old Leaf. This is a 2014, it's an Acenta, also in black. So in this video, we'll just have a look and see what the differences are, starting at the front and working to the back. So starting right at the front, the obvious thing is the placement and the type of charge ports. So this one on the new Leaf is actually higher now, so you don't have to bend down as much. You've got the Type 2, and then you've got the CHAdeMO, which is just like the old Leaf. The old Leaf had the CHAdeMO as well. This is a 50 kilowatt one, the rapid charge one. Moving to the old Leaf, the port's a bit lower down. That's an improvement I think they've made over the old one. And you've got the Type 1 in here. And then also you've got the CHAdeMO rapid charger as well, which works exactly the same on the new Leaf as well. This is 50 kilowatts too. Under the hood of the 2014 Leaf, you have the 109 horsepower motor, and this particular model has the 24 kilowatt battery. It's also available in 30 kilowatt as well, from 2016 onwards. Under the hood of the 2018 Leaf, you have 147 horsepower motor, and this one has the 40 kilowatt battery, giving the extended range over the 24 and the 30 kilowatt. The rumour is later in the year that there will be a 60 kilowatt hour battery as well, offering a range of 200 miles. Another obvious difference with the front of the cars is the placement of the lights. The lights are now further down. Before, on the old Leaf, they're kind of like a bug-eyed look, which kind of came up here, but you've still got the aerodynamic channel here to encourage the air to go over the bumper and up through the mirrors, which was also the reason why the old Leaf had the lights that stuck out predominantly from the top here to direct the airflow better. The front of the 2018 Leaf echoes the current styling of the other cars in the Nissan range. They all have this chrome grille on the front, and they all have the rather large oversized Nissan badge on the front too. The lights on the 2.0, which is this model, have the daylight running light running across the top and down the side, and they have halogen bulbs. Halogen bulbs were the only option on the 2.0. On the Techno you can get full LED bulbs, which has like a halo effect around both areas inside, and full LED bulbs giving a brighter, whiter light. The reason for the unusual design of the front of the old Leaf, as I just said, was to direct the airflow up and around the side of the car. So hence the lights stick up slightly prominently from the bumper. There's a good maybe 2 inches here, which was obviously designed in the wind tunnel to direct the airflow around the side of the car rather than going over the top, which makes it more aerodynamic and lowers the coefficient of drag. The doors on the old Leaf are exactly the same shape and style as the ones on the new Leaf. Probably like a form of cost cutting. Don't have to engineer new doors. I can use the same pressing machines to make the new doors. Obviously, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Reusing the doors even extends to the interior of the doors, with the door handle and the window controls, mirror controls, and the locking, unlocking controls as well. Even down to the cup holder and the speaker position, it's all reused. The door card, switches and handle on the rear door are also carried over from the old Leaf to the new Leaf. When you compare the mirrors on the 2018, they are a different shape, slightly bigger, but on this particular model they've got the blind spot indicator here, which is just a little LED that lights up when someone's in your blind spot. This is on the passenger side and the driver's side. And this is the side mirror on the 2014 Leaf. The buttons on the right of the dashboard are more or less the same. You've got the button to open the flap at the front, you've got timer, you've got the noise on and off, and you've got ESP on and off, and the headlight levelling on and off. The blank switch on this car would be where the heated steering wheel button would go, but you've also got the auto and lock button at the top, which can be used to lock the charger cable into the front of the car, or to have it on auto so that when it's finished it can be unplugged Now recently this may have been tweaked with firmware or something, because the owner of this car says that the Auto one no longer allows the cable to be unplugged. These are the buttons to the right of the dash on the 2018 Leaf. You have the heated steering wheel, the timer for the charger, you have the charge port door opening, you have the sound, and then you have the steering control for the Pro Pilot. You also have the adjustment for the headlights. The old Leaf mostly had a foot operated parking brake or handbrake. On this particular model, this is a 2.0, the foot operated parking brake or handbrake isn't here. It's actually been moved to the centre console, and it's the electronic parking brake button. This will auto disengage when moving off, but needs to be manually activated when parking up. So looking at the centre console, it's apparent that the heater controls have been carried over to the new Leaf. Radio head unit is obviously different. This is the old style one. The new style's got the Apple CarPlay and the Android Auto. But more interestingly, this one has the CD player behind the screen. The new one doesn't have any means to play any CDs. So if you want your own music, you've got to rip it to MP3, plug it into a USB port, or you can use Android Auto or Apple CarPlay to stream from any music service. The drive lever is also pretty much the same. It's the same blue. It does exactly the same thing. Drive or B mode, neutral and reverse. Now USB ports on the old Leaf are contained under this flap there at the bottom. On the new Leaf they are in the bottom of the dash, next to the heated seat controls on the 2.0 model. Steering wheel has all the main buttons as usual: volume, cruise control, the eco button. The eco button on this one is actually on the steering wheel rather than being on the centre console of the new 2018 model. And here is the eco button on the centre console, moving from the steering wheel on the old model. You also have the e-pedal button here, which activates e-pedal on and off. In this particular car as well, you also get the heated seats, which is just a rocker switch, high and low. Now these are actually quite good because they actually save power from the main battery, because power from the heated seats and the heated steering wheel comes from the 12 volt battery, not from the 40 kilowatt hour battery. So by using the heated seats, you do extend the range of the car. Now I have a bit of a gripe. I don't like this thing here at all. This is the USB port and the headphone jack, and I just think it could have been made a little bit nicer. It looks a bit plain, like it's just an afterthought that they've tacked on before. Similarly with the cover over the 12 volt charging socket, it looks a bit flimsy, as if they could have done something better with that design. The centre console on the 2014 Leaf has an area here for storage and an area underneath the armrest here for storage. The centre console on the 2018 has two cup holders, which are not present in the previous gen Leaf, and also it has the armrest as well, with a smaller storage compartment than the 2014. So this is sitting inside the 2018 Leaf, and you can tell that not much has changed in here with regards to the A-pillars. You've still got the big acres of plastic, the area that I suspect is the tweeter, but it's just the dash that's different inside. The tyres on this Acenta are 16-inch, tyre size being 205/55 R16s, Michelin Green Energy, with the standard alloy wheels for this particular model. So the wheels on this Leaf, this is a 2.0, are 17-inch, and the size of the tyres is 215/50 R17s. Now these are actually diamond cut wheels, so the silver part on there is actually shiny like chrome. So it looks really nice, but if you damage it, it's a bit more expensive to get repaired. These are Dunlop tyres, the Dunlop Enersave EC300s. The rear of the 2014 has the reversing camera, just like the 2018 one does. And it's actually got the same aperture inside. If you look at these parts from both cars, you'll see that they're very, very similar, which just means they've just tweaked the light treatment on the back and the side panels here just to get the different light shaping coming around the side, the wraparound lights. The boot space on the 2014 Leaf is slightly less than the 2018, mainly due to these intrusive plastic things here that are probably from the suspension on the rear of the car. Another thing, you also get a nice bag for your charging cable. On the older car, on the new one, you just get a little flimsy drawstring bag. The rear of the car is obviously different, but once you open the boot, reversing camera is here. Once the boot is open, it kind of looks similar again. You still got these same shapes around here, and you could imagine the old Leaf's lights starting here and coming down, following the curve. But obviously they put new panels on the side here to allow this wraparound light coming around here. The boot is a lot bigger because you don't get these plastic parts encroaching on the sides here, left and right, for the suspension. Also worth pointing out is you get a Type 2 cable, and you also get the EVSE plug, the big brick that allows you to plug it into a domestic supply using the normal 3-pin plug. Little gripe I have is when I close the boot on this, see that's not closed now, I can still open it. You've got to give it quite a slam on there to get it to shut. So those were some of the major differences between the 2014 Leaf and the 2018 Leaf. So looking at both cars together, there isn't that much difference between them. Yeah, there's the visual stuff, the front end and the back end on the 2018 is obviously totally new, but inside the car, there's only really the technology and the dashboard that's different. Quite a lot of parts and fittings and switchgear and things are actually carried over from the old car, which kind of makes sense. Like Nissan have to build a car to a budget, they've got to make profit on it, so I can understand why they've done that. So I think the new 2018 Leaf is more like a Leaf 1.5 than a 2.0. I know that's the trim name, but that's just my feeling for it. I think they've spent the money in the right place. They've developed a bigger battery. They've put in a higher power motor in the front as well, which is all good. And they've come with the Pro Pilot, the e-pedal, which are both very innovative and very usable. I love using it now. I've had my car for just over maybe 2 weeks now, and I'm using e-pedal all the time. I'm using Pro Pilot all the time when I'm going to the motorways, and they're just fantastic. So I think Nissan have done a really good job with the car they've put out. Yeah, there'll be people that say that the car's not so much an evolution. They're going to wait until something else comes out, maybe the 60 kilowatt one, because the range isn't that much greater over the existing 30 kilowatt one. Each to their own. When I saw this car back in November in the previous video at the dealer unveil, I couldn't wait to get my hands on it, so I signed up straight away. So yeah, so if you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe, maybe even share, and that way you'll be notified when I put new content on. I've got quite a lot of new videos planned in my head that I need to put down on paper, flesh out a bit, obviously go and film. But thank you so much for your support so far. I'm kind of blown away by how many people have started subscribing and views on the current videos that I've put up, and I really don't have that many, to be honest. So thank you very much, it's been great.